I had a goal, and it was to reread each of the 3 books in the Ember Quartet in time for the release of the 4th and final book in the series called A Sky Beyond the Storm. And I succeeded. I read and did a quick review of An Ember in the Ashes. I read and did a quick review of A Torch Against the Night. And now I have read and am doing a quick review of A Reaper at the Gates. A Reaper at the Gates is by Sabaa Tahir, and it is her debut series as she tells the story of Elias, Helene, and Laia. Now, in the first book, An Ember in the Ashes, we have 2 POVs, Laia and Elias. In the second book, Torch, we have 3 POVs, Laia, Elias, and Helene. In the third book, the one that I just read, is Reaper at the Gates, we technically have 4 POVs. We have Laia, we have Elias and Helene like we have had, but we also get an introductory chapter and a concluding chapter by the Nightbringer, the villain of the series himself. The story takes place 2 months after the previous book, and the stakes continue to rise as war fully breaks out. As spoiler-free as possible, I will set it up by saying that Elias continues to explore his new role and the responsibilities that come with his new title. Helene does her best to serve the Emperor and the Empire, which she's always loyal to, while trying to take care of and save her family, which she's always loyal to. And Laia of Sarah does her best to prevent the Nightbringer from obtaining the final piece of the star and freeing his people. It's an epic tale like the others are of love and loss, of victory and defeat, of these raw relationships and real individuals striving and dealing with real traumatic instances, and the reader never getting what the reader wants, whether it's in love or life or anything in between. So this is my second reading of the novel. Upon my first, I didn't like it as much as the other 2. I felt that it was slower than the other 2, that not as much happened. There wasn't as much action or development. On this reread, I enjoyed it a lot more. I still think that it is my least favorite of the 3, but it's still among my favorites. I really, really enjoy the story. I do still feel as though the book could have been maybe even stronger with, 50 pages cut out. Like, not much, but there is a time there that just kind of seems to drag when I feel like we could have just advanced the plot a little bit quicker. But with each of the characters that Sabaa introduces and the overarching plot that she's giving us and the development of these 3 primary characters and really the layered complexity of this 4th villain that is added to the story, it's such an interesting, engaging read. Really, for anybody that enjoys fantasy and young adult, I will say this: it is not magic heavy. There is not some kind of complex magic system that is at work here. Now, there is a lot more magic in the universe now in book 3 as opposed to book 1, where there is just a little bit and most of it's just spoken about and not actually experienced. Here we get characters and interactions that do have magical qualities to it, but still, we don't have anyone going around casting magic or having these supernatural abilities on the surface. It's more of an internal thing that's going on, and some of it's maybe even an invisible thing that's going on, but still, this book isn't about the magic. It's about the characters. And again, Sabaa does so well with those characters that I love this series. I gave this book a 4 out of 5 stars. Still a wonderful read, and definitely sets things up for the final novel in the series, A Sky Beyond the Storm, which I am anticipating with every fiber in my being. Have you read any of these books in the Ember series? Are you anticipating this fourth and final book in the series like I am? Let me know in the comments down below and let's talk about it together. Thank you so much as always for watching and for liking this video. If you haven't yet, click subscribe, join the Dragon Army, and we'll see you in the next one.